Hello and welcome to the Temple of Enlightenment International Spiritual Center. My name is Issachar Bey, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If this is your first time joining us, could you please let us know what city, what state, what country you're listening from? Also, we ask if you can go ahead and hit the like button. Want to give special thanks to those who have been continuing to consistently help us in expanding the community, the channel. Also, those of you that have been sending emails and reaching out to us, letting us know how the content has been allowing you to expand and elevate your life in such different ways. Also, those of you that have been helping us out financially by donating or sowing seeds into our organization and ministry, we want to say thank you. I want to also say this, we're in a very special time right now. And I know a lot of you may not understand it, but we are in a time now where things are going to start changing right before your eyes. When it comes to the education, when it comes to things that have to do with electronics, social media, AI, intelligence, artificial intelligence, all of these things are really, really going to start taking off, and we're going to see major changes like we've never seen before. Yesterday, the planet Uranus has now entered Gemini. Uranus is the planet of unexpected, suddenly. We're going to talk a little bit about that today, but it's a time of freedom. It's a time of breaking the chains. It's a time of liberation. And so I'm going to be, very observant and really try to be in position to win in this new paradigm that we're entering in. This particular planetary alignment that's happening, Uranus will be in Gemini for 7 years. And so it is extremely important. You don't have to come to me, but that you go to your local astrologer or advisor and kind of, look and see at some things that will take place that will, come into fruition. I wanted to say this also, that you want to make sure that you're on the right path, you're doing the right things. It's very frustrating for people, as we talked about last week, to think that they're doing the right thing, but they're doing it at the wrong time. Or they have great intentions, but the way that they're trying to acclimate these things are not in the right place. And so we have to be able to move and adjust and put things in a different perspective, So this is where we are, ladies and gentlemen, in April of 2026. As we get ready to move into May, we're almost halfway through the year, and the year just started. Time is flying extremely fast. Before you know it, we'll be in June at the halfway mark, and before you know it, we'll be at the end of the year. And so there's no time like the present to be able to formulate your plan, to be able to put things in perspective of where am I going, what do I need to do, how do I need to maneuver. And so these are things that are very important because many of you, as all of us are, we want to manifest. We want to live the life that we want to experience. We want to manifest things in life. We want to not struggle. We want to be able to live in our purpose and our destiny. And so to do those things, we have to learn how to make adjustments, how to pivot. But ladies and gentlemen, those adjustments and pivots are internal first, and then they happen externally. And so it brings us into a level of awareness of understanding the times that we live in. And I just wanted to put that out there because we're getting ready to enter some very, very different times, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that social media will change. I believe that the way that we do our emails and how our email system is set up will change. As you already know, Gemini rules shipping, mail. I think the post office system will begin to change. I think that there's going to be a change in shipping. And we already see that UPS is buying some of their employees out. Amazon has really did a total number on FedEx and UPS and DHL and all these companies because, Amazon has become the number one organization that does the most shipping. So Amazon is also shipping with drones now. So now they're not even using people anymore. They're using drones. I don't know what city, what state you live in, but sooner or later you won't have any check cashing. You won't have any checkout attendants at the register. It'll be self-checkout for everybody, So we are moving into a time where things are going to be changing. Things are going to be, and what I tell people is this: not be afraid of the change, of not to be afraid of the change, but to learn how to embrace it and to learn how to. I am a big component of AI. I wrote an article the other day, and I was saying that a lot of astrologers are kind of a little hesitant or pushback about AI. And I said AI will not replace astrologers, but astrologers that use AI will replace astrologers who don't use it. And that's going to go in everything that you do, ladies and gentlemen. I think that AI is not the be-all, do-all, but it is a tool. And so I give an example as this. I think that the whole educational department is about to be 360-degree turned around. I'm expecting to see that teachers are no longer going to be needed because they're going to be able to teach with AI. A lot of teachers I know, I told them this 2 or 3 years ago, and they told me, oh, no, they can't fire me. They can't do anything to me because I'm tenured. And I say, okay, yeah, you're tenured, which means that they're not going to be able to let you go, but they might come to a place now and they might buy you out. Because what's the sense of us having all of these teachers when now we can teach everybody from AI? And so I just think that I just think that we're in a different time now. I think this is a time where everybody needs to pivot and kind of look at where they are in life and to understand their purpose. One of the things that I believe as astrologers that we need to take a look at is now with the new AI in the world is changing. When people come to us now for consultations and they say, listen, we want to, get into our own business. We want to do entrepreneurship. We have to be in the know. And so we can't tell them, okay, it's good for you to go stop a brick and mortar business. No. That's not the way to go anymore. Now everything is digitalized. Digital is done digitally. So now everything is digital. Everything is AI. Everything is online, direct to consumer. And so as we move and grow into the fast pace of how AI would be, we're going to see a lot of changes. I think that we're going to see a conglomerate where we're going to see a lot of companies being bought by one company. We have already seen that Paramount has bought BET and bought Warner Brothers and all of these other channels. You're going to see maybe that no more cable will exist anymore, because now everything is basically on the apps. Everything is an app. All the HBO, Showtime, Netflix, all of those are apps. And so the apps now have bought in football. They're bought in basketball. We can't even watch basketball on regular TV. We got to watch it on Amazon Prime or Peacock. So sooner or later, your cable that you guys may have may no longer be there. So the sports and the news channels will now be on streaming. So we're moving into a different time now. We're moving into a different time where a lot of things will be different. Radio is kind of edging out as well, and so it's a different time. And I think one of the things that we need to make sure we're locked in with is to be in connection and to understand the times, because I don't want to be left back. I want to be 5 to 10 steps ahead. I want to be able to go with the future, not run behind it. And so I always say that whoever is in your ear will determine your year. And so we are forever grateful. But I think that we need to have a look at that and really look at our lives and really what's going on. You're going to see a lot of stuff happening, ladies and gentlemen, very fast, very unexpectedly. So keep that in mind. We're in a different time right now. Things are going to happen unbelievably. I want to say this. As we get ready to go into our spiritual mind treatment, there's no time like the greater. There's no time like the present. There's no time that's greater than now. And I hope a lot of you still have your journal books. You're still writing your journals. You're still writing your purpose. You're still writing down the things that you want to manifest. You're still, I like to bring things into your awareness, because what I want you guys to do is, Issachar's talking about this Uranus in Gemini. What is he talking about? Go and look it up. Go look up what Uranus as a planet rules. And then look up, what does Uranus going into the sign of Gemini mean? And then how does that affect us as a whole, as a people, as a race, as a country, as people, as humanity on Earth? How does that affect us? What happened the last time Uranus was in Gemini? Yes, we were in war. We had a different, they brought in the monetization of money and so forth. And so there's a lot of things that you begin to understand and look at. But also, you guys can come to me for consultations. If you come to me, we can sit down and we can talk about some things. And I can explain to you and look in your situation to see how this big planetary configuration that's happening will affect you over the next 7 years. How will it affect your family? How will it affect your marriage, your jobs, your careers? And so it is extremely, extremely important that we stay in awareness, ladies and gentlemen. And so as we get ready to get into our spiritual mind treatment, let's go ahead and get in a quiet place to quiet our minds, our hearts, and our thoughts as we move into this level of oneness. As we take a deep breath, inhale and exhale. Again, take a deep breath and inhale and exhale. Again, let's take a deep breath and inhale and exhale. There is one infinite presence, one divine intelligence, one eternal source of supply. That source is not limited by my job, my bank account, my past, my credit, my family history, my current circumstances, or the opinions of the world. That source moves through me now. I now release the belief that money must come slowly. I release the belief that money must come painfully. I release the belief that money must come through struggle. begging, chasing, or fear. My mind is now open. My heart is now receptive. My imagination is now awakened. My subconscious mind is now impressed with the truth of abundance. Unexpected, sudden money flows into my life now. Money comes through known and unknown channels. Money comes through visible and invisible doors. Money comes through divine order, divine timing, divine ideas, divine people, divine opportunities, and divine alignment. I do not chase supply, I align with the supply. I do not beg for prosperity, I become prosperity in consciousness. Unexpected sudden money flows into my life now, and so it is, and so it is. Ladies and gentlemen, when I had a conversation yesterday with a few astrologers, we were discussing this planetary configuration of Uranus going into Gemini, and I begin to look at everything that Uranus rules, and I begin to look at the technology, the AI, it deals with freedom, liberation, breaking the chains. It we live in a culture now, they call it the cancel culture, that you can't say what you really feel, or you can't say what you want to say, because if you say things that people don't like, you can be canceled. But now that in Gemini rules education, it rules communication, it rules so many different facets. It rules small distance travel, which also will affect the auto world. This is going to really be big, ladies and gentlemen. And so when I looked at Uranus, Spirit began to give me the message: unexpected, sudden money flows into my life now. That's the mantra. That's the affirmation. That's the decree that I begin to speak on yesterday. And I said, why is Spirit giving me to say this? Because we were discussing Uranus, and Uranus is that kind of a planet that gives you things unexpectedly. It gives you things suddenly, and the money that will begin to flow into my life now. I begin to pick up that energy. And so I said, you know what, let me take this over into our lesson for today. Share with you the mantra that Spirit gave me, the mantra that I could move into this and begin to operate with this particular decree. Money does not only come from labor, money comes from consciousness. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying sit on the couch, light a candle, and wait for heaven to cash app you while you ignore your responsibilities. No. I'm not saying that at all. This is not spirituality. This is laziness wearing cologne. What I'm saying is this: before money appears in your hand, it must be permitted in your mind. But before abundance shows up in your bank account, it must first be authorized in your imagination. Before unexpected sudden money flows into your life as a visible event, it must become an invisible assumption. Because life does not only give you what you want, life often gives you what you have. Inwardly accepted as normal. That's why one person sees money as a miracle, and another person sees money as natural. One person says, I hope money comes. Another person says, of course money comes. I am a channel of divine supply. Same universe, different consciousness. So when we say unexpected, sudden money flows into my life now, we are not making a cute little affirmation for a refrigerator magnet. We are making a decree. We are giving the subconscious mind a new command. We are giving the imagination a new scene. We are giving the soul permission to stop identifying with shortage and start identifying with overflow. Money begins as an inner assumption before it becomes an outer experience. Your financial world is not merely happening to you, it is responding to the dormant atmosphere within you. Most people try to change money by fighting the outside world. They fight the job, they fight the client, they fight the economy, they fight the bills, they fight the bank account, they fight the piece of groceries, the price of groceries. They fight the gas pump like the gas pump is their spiritual enemy. But when we understand it's something deeper. The outer condition is often the visible shadow of the invisible assumption. If you assume money is hard, you will unconsciously select hard pathways. If you assume money never comes, you will overlook money when it begins moving. If you assume people do not support you, you will speak, sell, and present yourself from rejection before anyone has even answered. If you assume sudden good is impossible, you will close the door before heaven even knocks. Blame says it's your fault. Power says it's my field. And once you understand it's your field, you can stop planning something new. The phrase unexpected suddenly money flows into my life now is a seed, but a seed must be planted in the right soil. If you plant that phrase in the soil of fear, contradiction, doubt, shame, and panic, it struggles to take root. You cannot affirm money in the morning and curse money all afternoon. You cannot say unexpected sudden money flows into my life now and then spend up the rest of the day saying I'm broke. Nothing ever works. Money is hard. I never catch a break. Money never people never buy from me. I always get denied. Every time I get money, something bad happens. This is not manifestation. This is spiritual confusion. You are giving the universe mixed instructions. The first thing we must do is establish a new assumption. Money can come suddenly. Money can come unexpectedly. Money can come through channels I did not personally plan. Money can come now. Not someday, not eventually, not after I suffer long enough to deserve it. Ladies and gentlemen, money can show up right now. Because now is the only place power lives. Yesterday is a memory. Tomorrow is imagination. Now is command. When you declare sudden money now, you are not saying every physical dollar must appear in 2 seconds. You are saying, I am entering the consciousness where sudden money is possible, natural, and welcome. This is the shift. You are not waiting for evidence to feel supplied. You are feeling supplied so evidence can organize around the new state of consciousness. Most people say, when the money comes, I'll feel different. But we say, I will feel different. Money will recognize where to come. This is what we call mastery. Your inner assumption must become stronger than your outer evidence. The bank account is not your God. The job is not your God. The client is not your God. The marketplace is not your God. The economy is not your God. The credit report is not your God. The past is not your God. Your consciousness is the command center. When your inner world changes, you begin to notice possibilities you used to ignore. You begin to receive ideas you used to dismiss. You begin to follow up. You begin to speak differently. You begin to show up. You begin to price your gifts with dignity. You begin to expect good without apology. Unexpected sudden money first arrives as a new atmosphere. Then it becomes an idea. Then it becomes a decision. Then it becomes an action. Then it becomes a contact. Then it becomes a message. Then it becomes a payment. Then it becomes a pattern. This is how consciousness becomes currency. The subconscious mind is the hidden treasure of your life. It does not argue. It receives impressions. Whatever is impressed upon your subconscious with repetition, feeling, and inner acceptance becomes a pattern. That pattern begins to influence your actions, your reactions, your expectations, your energy, your confidence, your decisions, and eventually your circumstances. The conscious mind says, I want more money. The subconscious mind says, what do you actually believe? This is where the work begins, ladies and gentlemen, because many people consciously desire wealth, but subconsciously expect struggle. They say, I want abundance, but deep inside they believe money is hard. Money leaves fast. Money is for other people. Money brings problems. Money makes people greedy. Money is not spiritual. I am not good with money. I never get ahead. Those inner beliefs are not thoughts. They are commands. The subconscious mind accepts them and begins building a life around them. So when we say the phrase, unexpected sudden money flows into my life now, we must become a new command, not a wish, not a hope, not a desperate chant, a command. You must repeat it until your inner world stops arguing with you. At first, the old mind says, this is not true. Do not panic. This is just the old tenant complaining because eviction papers have been served. You want to keep declaring. Repeat after me. Unexpected sudden money flows into my life now. Unexpected sudden money flows into my life now. Unexpected sudden money flows into my life now. Feel it. Let the body participate. Your nervous system must learn that receiving money is safe, because some people say they want money, but their body associates money with pressure, shame, arguments, survival, rejection, family drama, or fear. So when money comes, they sabotage it, they overspend it, they hide from it, they mismanage it, they panic around it, they feel guilty receiving it. The subconscious must be trained to accept money as peace. And then you begin to say stuff like this. Money is safe with me. I am safe with money. I am safe receiving more than enough. I am safe having options. I am safe being financially blessed. I am safe when money comes suddenly. That is important, because unexpected money can only become your present reality when receiving feels natural. Every morning before the world starts shouting at you, program your mind. Don't wake up and give your phone the first fruit of your consciousness. Before you check your messages, before you jump on Facebook and Instagram, say this. Today, money can come from anywhere. Today, divine supply is active in my life. Today, I am open to sudden good. Today, I am guided to do the right idea, the right person, the right action, and the right door. Unexpected sudden money flows into my life now. Then before you go to sleep, do the same thing. The moment before sleep is very sacred, because the conscious mind relaxes and the subconscious mind becomes highly receptive. And as you don't go to sleep rehearsing fear, going over your bills in your mind, going over the rejection or the unpaid obligations, but fall asleep in the feeling of relief. Imagine the money has already came. Imagine the payment notification. Imagine the message. Imagine the good news. Imagine the account balance rising. Imagine saying, thank you, universe. It came right on time. Imagine your shoulders relaxing. Imagine gratitude feeling come over your body. This is how you plant the seed in the deep soil of your mind. The subconscious does not read 1,000 instructions. It needs one clear command repeated with feeling. Unexpected, sudden money flows into my life now. That is the command. The imagination is the preview room of reality. Everything that exists in the visible world first existed as the invisible image, concept, belief, idea, or assumption. The house was imagined before it was built. The business was imagined before it opened. The book was imagined before it was written. The song was imagined before it was recorded. The invention was imagined before it was manufactured. Imagination is not play, it is power. But most people use their imagination against themselves. They imagine being late on bills. They imagine getting rejected. They imagine being embarrassed. They imagine asking and being told no. They imagine launching something and nobody buying. They imagine having money and losing it. And then they call that being realistic. This is not realism. This is fear with a college degree. You must stop using the imagination as a weapon against your very own future. The imagination must be redeemed. When you say unexpected, sudden money flows into my life now, you must give your imagination a scene. 2 weeks ago, I did a message, and you can go back and listen to it, where we talked about we are 4 months in, go back and get the directors and get in your director's chair. And so go back and listen to that. A phrase that opens the door, a scene where you walk through it. Create a simple inner scene that implies money has already arrived. See yourself looking at your phone and seeing a payment. See yourself opening the email and reading good financial news. See yourself saying, this came suddenly. See yourself paying something with peace. See yourself receiving money from a channel you did not expect. See yourself smiling because the pressure lifted. See yourself saying it is done. The key is to imagine from the end, not wishing, not begging, not hoping. The feeling that the thing is already accomplished. When you imagine money coming, it remains coming. When you imagine money has come, you enter possession in consciousness. There's a difference between watching the ship in the distance or standing on the shore when the delivery is in your hand. Stand in the fulfilled scene. Feel it real. That phrase is essential. Feel it real. Do not merely see the image like a movie outside of you. Enter it, wear it, breathe it. Let your body feel the relief. Your subconscious mind responds to what feels real. And when the inner scene feels real, the behavior begins to change. You stop acting like a victim of money. You stop panicking. You stop shrinking. You stop speaking poverty. You stop avoiding opportunities, and you stop delaying action. When you begin to move like somebody who was expecting money to come through, you become more alert. You become very creative, very courageous. You become more receptive, more visible, more peaceful. This is how imagination becomes instruction. The imagination that does not always manifest through the path you pictured. You may imagine a payment notification, but money may come as a job offer. It may come from a client. It may come from a refund. It may come from a gift, a sale, a settlement, a discount, a saved expense, an invitation, a new idea, or an opportunity. Do not worship the exact picture. Worship the fulfilled state. The picture is the doorway. The feeling is the law. The feeling is, it's already done. I am supplied. Money has arrived. I am grateful. That feeling must become your inner home. Live there. one of the things that I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, and while we're getting into this, stop telling money which door it must use. See, a lot of you who are listening to this, you'll say, I wonder how the money's going to come to me. You don't worry about how the money's going to come to you. You just want the unexpected sudden money to come. One reason people block unexpected money is because they expect it to come only from one channel. Money must come from this job. Money must come from this person. Money must come from my clients. It must come from the business. It must come from this application. But money must come from the one opportunity that I have coming. The source of supply is infinite. A job is not your source. It's a channel. Your clients are not your source. It's a channel. Your business is not your source. It's a channel. Your platform, your social media platforms, and your podcast is not your source. It's a channel. The person who you think is going to give you the money is not a source. It's a channel. When you confuse the channel with the source, you panic when the channel changes. But when you know the source is infinite, you can bless one door and still expect another. Unexpected, sudden money follows through doors you did not know were open, ladies and gentlemen. That's why it's sudden and unexpected. We're believing that we're going to receive money from places that we don't even know even existed. So I'm not even worried about how the money's coming to me. I'm just continuing to hold on to the unexpected money that flows into my life now. That unexpected money, ladies and gentlemen, can come through a refund, a sale, a client, a job offer, a bonus, a gift, a settlement, a repayment, a product, a consultation, a speaking opportunity, a referral, a discount, a debt removed, a check, a digital payment, a new idea, a forgotten asset, an old contract, a sudden invitation. Your job is not to force the path. Your job is to remain receptive, alert, and obedient to inspired direction. Sometimes money first appears as an idea. And I would love to go into that right there because when we get into the hidden meanings of the Bible, the Millionaires of the Bible series, we talk about when Jesus told the disciples to go fishing. And he told them that whatever the first fish they catch, to take the money out of the fish's mouth and pay the taxes, and pay the bills, right? But metaphysically, that story means that when Jesus told the disciples to go fishing and to catch a fish is an idea. And so we teach here at the Temple of Enlightenment International Spiritual Center that when you need money, you're just basically saying that I need new ideas. I need more ideas, bigger ideas. I need a conglomerate of ideas because ideas represent money. Money will always chase great ideas. That means if you ignore your ideas, you may be ignoring money in seed form. That is little thought. That is the little thought that you had, that product idea, the person who felt led to call you, the offer you felt led to post, the email you felt led to send, that content that you felt led to create. That may be the beginning of the money. Sudden money often comes disguised as simple instruction. Don't despise the nudge. The divine nudge is often a check wearing plain clothes. This is why you must become sensitive. You need to ask, what idea is trying to pay me? What door is trying to open? What action have I been delaying? What offer needs to be made? What person needs a follow-up? What gift have I been hiding? What value can I circulate today? Money loves movement. You cannot ask for rivers while refusing to dig channels. Your consciousness calls the water. Your actions dig the channel. Both are necessary. Ladies and gentlemen, your mouth is a wand. Your tongue is the pen. Let me say that again. Your mouth is a wand. W-A-N-D. Your mouth is a wand. And your tongue is a pen. Your words are not just sounds, they are spiritual instructions. Every time you speak about money, you are either building a bridge or burning one. Some people are praying for abundance while speaking lack all day long. They say, I am broke. I can't afford it. Money is hard to get. Nobody supports me. I never get ahead. Every time I get money, something happens. I am tired of struggling. These are affirmations, ladies and gentlemen. Not all affirmations are positive. A complaint repeated with emotions is an affirmation of bondage. So we must discipline the tongue. Now, instead of saying I'm broke, you would say I'm in financial transition and money is moving towards me now. Instead of saying I can't afford it, you would say I am choosing how to direct my money wisely. Instead of saying money never comes, you're saying money comes through expected and unexpected channels. Instead of saying nothing is working, you would then say something is moving behind the scenes and I am being guided to my next step. Your words must argue with your desired reality. You cannot plant abundance with your prayer and uproot it with your conversation. Let me say that again. You cannot plant abundance with your prayers and uproot it with your conversation. The phrase, unexpected, sudden money flows into my life now, must become your master statement. When fear speaks, answer it. Fear says, you are running out. You say, unexpected, sudden money flows into my life now. Fear says, nothing is coming. You say, divine supply has infinite channels. Fear will say to you, you are stuck. You say, doors are opening now. Fear says, be realistic. You say, my reality is being rewritten from the inside out. This is how you take command. You do not let fear preach sermons in your temple. Your mind is sacred ground. Your speech must become sacred architecture. Speak money as blessings. Speak money as supply. Speak money as circulation. Speak money as service. Speak money as freedom. Speak money as divine substance in motion. Money is not evil. Money is energy under direction. In fearful hands, money becomes control. In greedy hands, money becomes addiction. In awakened hands, money becomes freedom, order, service, beauty, and divine assignment. So begin to bless money. When money comes, bless it. When money goes, bless it. When you pay your bills, bless the circulation. When you receive payments, bless the channel. When you save, bless the future. When you invest, bless multiplication. Your relationship with money must become holy, not hostile. I think, and I hope that you guys are getting this. I know the title will draw a lot of people to this message for people to click on it and listen. But I want you to listen to this again. After today, I want you to listen to this a couple of times. I want you to really take in to what I'm saying, that you're going to change your mindset about money. Many people are good at wanting money, but they're poor at receiving. They want more money, but when money comes, they feel guilty. They want support, but when support arrives, they reject it. They want more clients, but when the people ask questions, they do not follow up. They want opportunities, but when doors open, they overthink until the door closes. Receiving is not passive. Receiving is a spiritual posture. To receive means your consciousness says yes without shame. Some people block sudden money because they do not feel worthy of sudden good. They believe money must be earned through exhaustion. They believe struggle makes them noble. They believe if it comes easily, it cannot be real. That belief must be broken. Work is horrible, but struggle is not a requirement for divine supply. Ease is allowed. Surprise is allowed. Favor is allowed. Support is allowed. Sudden increase is allowed. And say, when you change your mindset of how to receive, you say, I am allowed to receive. I am allowed to be blessed. I am allowed to be paid. I am allowed to have more than enough money. I am allowed to be supported by life. I am allowed to receive sudden money with peace. Receiving also requires participation. If unexpected sudden money flowed into your life today, what would it have somewhere to land? Do you have order? Do you have a plan? Do you have a purpose? Do you have stewardship? Do you have wisdom? Money without direction becomes a visitor. Money without assignment becomes a servant. So give your money an assignment. This money supports peace. This money supports stability. This money supports purpose. This money supports my family. This money supports my ministry. This money supports my business. This money supports my future. This money supports freedom. When money enters a life with order, it can stay, grow, and serve. That is why receiving and stewardship must work together. You're not just calling money in, you are becoming the person who can hold, direct, multiply, and bless. Ladies and gentlemen, you can affirm all day, but if you refuse to move, refuse to offer, refuse to sell, refuse to follow up, refuse to show up, refuse to create, refuse to act, refuse to be visible, then you are asking heaven to bless a channel you did not open. Money moves through channels. Your gifts are channels. Your words are channels. Your products are channels. Your services are channels. Your relationships are channels. Your ideas are channels. Your platforms are channels. Your skills are channels. You must open the channel. Inspired action is different from desperate action. Desperate action says, I'm afraid, so I must do anything. Inspired action says, I am guided, so I will do the right thing. Desperation scatters energy. Inspiration focuses energy. When you declare, unexpected sudden money flows into my life now, ask, what actions match this declaration? What actions? What of my actions that I've done matches the declaration that unexpected sudden money flows into my life now? Did I need to make an offer? Did I need to post a product? Did I need to follow up with somebody? Did I need to update my page? Did I need to apply? Did I need to call? Did I need to organize my finances? Did I need to finish the thing I started? Did I need to stop hiding? Because sometimes money is not absent, it's waiting behind your obedience. This is good, ladies and gentlemen. This is good. Visibility is a money channel. Visibility is a money channel. People cannot buy what they cannot see. People cannot book what they do not understand. People cannot support what you never announce. People cannot value what you keep hiding. So you got to stop whispering your gift and then wondering why the marketplace cannot hear you. Show up with dignity, not begging, not chasing, not manipulating, but serving. Here is what I offer. Here is who I help. Here's the results. Here is how you can receive it. When your consciousness is aligned and your actions are clear, sudden money has more doors to use. It has more doors to use. Gratitude, ladies and gentlemen, is the atmosphere to receiving. A bitter mind will block your blessing, but a grateful mind becomes fertile ground. And that's why we have to start blessing what we're doing. Bless the dollar, bless the meal, bless the roof, bless the phone, bless the idea, bless the skills, bless the opportunity, bless the small sale, bless the discount, bless the saved expense, bless the avoided mistake, bless the person who helped me, bless the breath in everybody. Do not despise small money while waiting or asking for large money. Small money is not small, it is proof of the flow. Every amount that comes is evidence that money can move. This is proof that supply exists. This is proof that money moves. This is proof that channels are open. This is proof that more money can come in. This is proof that unexpected, sudden money is active now. Gratitude trains your perception, and perception is powerful because what you notice, you magnify. If you only notice lack, lack becomes huge. If you begin noticing supply, supply becomes believable. And when supply becomes believable, your inner resistance begins to dissolve. How does unexpected, sudden money flows into my life now become my present reality? How does that happen? It becomes real when it stops being a sentence and becomes a state of consciousness. It becomes real when you no longer say it's from lack, but from identity. It becomes real when your imagination accepts it and your emotions feel it and your words support it, your actions agree with it, and your receiving channel opens to it. That is when the phrase becomes flesh. You are not waiting for sudden money. You are becoming the person through which sudden money flows. There's a difference. One person says, I hope money comes. The awakened person says, I live in divine supply, and money is one of the ways that supply expresses itself. One person says, I need a miracle. The awakened person says, I am available to divine order now. One person says, I don't know how. The awakened person says, I do not need to know every channel. Infinite intelligence knows the way. This is how you live from the end. You no longer worship the problem. You no longer rehearse the shortage. You no longer let fear write the financial script. You take the pen back. You become the producer, the author, the director, and actor of your financial reality. As the producer, you choose the vision. As the author, you write the new money story. As the director, you guide your attention and action. As the actor, you embody the person who receives, manages, and multiplies money. Your new financial script says this: unexpected, sudden money flows into my life now. Money comes through divine channels. Money comes in peace. Money comes in order. Money comes in wisdom. Money comes in purpose. Money comes through my gifts. Money comes through my ideas. Money comes through my visibility. Money comes through people, opportunities, and doors I did not even know existed. And when it comes, I receive it. I do not sabotage it. I do not fear it. I do not apologize for it. I do not waste it trying to impress people. I do not let old wounds spend new money. But what I do with the money, I bless it. I direct it. I multiply it. I circulate it. I use it in alignment with my divine assignment. Unexpected money is not just about a deposit. It is about a new consciousness. A consciousness that says, I am not abandoned by life. I am not cut off from supply. I am not limited to one door. I am not defined by past luck. I am not trapped in yesterday's financial story. I am renewed now. I am supplied now. I am receptive now. I am aligned now. Unexpected, sudden money flows into my life now. I release the old story that money is hard, distant, delayed, and unavailable. I release the belief that I must struggle to receive. I release the belief that money can only come through one person, one job, one business, one client, one method, or one door. Infinite supply has infinite channels. I now open my mind to unexpected money. I now open my heart to sudden increase. I now open my imagination to divine possibilities. I now open my life to visible and invisible channels of money. Unexpected, sudden money flows into my life now. Money comes peacefully. Money comes wisely. Money comes surprisingly. Money comes abundantly. Money comes through divine order. I receive, I receive, I receive. Ladies and gentlemen, when you go back and listen to this, I want you to listen to this again because I want you to listen to this over and over again to hear what I'm saying. Don't just listen, but hear it. He that has an ear, hear. To get an understanding of the changes that are happening. And as we move into this, we can work with the law. We can work this. Johnny Coleman says it works if you work it. It works if you work it. You begin to start talking differently. I feel the reality of sudden money now. Money flows to me through divine ideas, divine people, and divine opportunities. I am no longer limited to the channels of my prosperity. I bless money when it comes, and I bless money when it circulates. I receive money with gratitude. My words agree with wealth, overflow, and divine supply. Money is safe with me. I am safe with money. I am visible, valuable, and ready to receive money. Sudden good is natural for me. Money can come. I believe money will come every day. Money can come from anywhere. Money can come in ways I did not plan. I live in the feeling of financial relief now. My financial story is being rewritten from the inside out. I expect surprise income and sudden opportunities. I receive money, peaceful money, blessed money, and purposeful money. Unexpected, sudden money flows into my life now. And ladies and gentlemen, I wanna thank you because I really want you to get this. Now, I may start working with this for the next couple of weeks because the reason we're here, ladies and gentlemen, is because of the planetary confinements of Uranus going into Gemini. Um, and it's really an amazing time and really an amazing concept here that we're dealing with the sudden and unexpected. But I'm getting us into the mindset, ladies and gentlemen, that there's going to be a lot of sudden and unexpected things that are going to about to happen. But we need to be on point. We need to be in the right place at the right time, consciously. And so that's why I want you to go back and listen to this message. If you know somebody that needs to listen to this message, somebody that you know, man, you got to hear this brother named Issachar Bey. He's breaking down the unexpected sudden money that flows into my life now. hit the share button, copy the link, email it to them, text it to them. Let them know we're here every week, same place, same time. If you haven't done so, ladies and gentlemen, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I say this. We have a new book that we just released. It's called the 365-Day Astrological Compass. You can click it, get a copy of it. Just click the link below in the description. Some of you may want to get a consultation with me and say, hey, listen, man, this guy's talking about this Uranus and Gemini thing. I kind of want to know what's going on. You know, how is it going to affect me? What do I need? Where do I need to be positioned? What do I need to do? Go ahead and click the link. Let's schedule a consultation. Let's talk about it. Let's look at what the heavens will declare for you this year. Let's look at where you are in life. Let's look at where you're trying to go and what direction you're moving in and how you should be able to get there. Let's put a strategy together. And so go ahead and hit that link and get a consultation. That consultation, ladies and gentlemen, is an investment. You're investing in your expansion. You're investing in your expanding into who you are and getting into the place where you need to be. Because whoever's in your ear will determine your year. And when you make an investment, ladies and gentlemen, you will return. You will get a return on your investment. As a man soweth, that shall he also reap. And so I want to put this message out here. I want everybody to listen to this. After we're done today, I want you to go back and listen to this. I want you to go back and listen and say, hey, I really need to listen to this. Listen, some of you may say, hey, brother, you know, you really did your thing. I see you every Sunday. We're here, same place, same time. I want to be a blessing to you. And if you want to be a blessing to the ministry, to this great organization, there are 4 ways that you can give. If you look in the bottom of the description, there are 4 ways that you can give. We are forever grateful for all donations, for people who are sowing, constantly sowing into this ministry. We are forever grateful. Those 4 ways that you can give, no matter how big or small your donation is, we are forever grateful. We believe that everybody who sows into this ministry, that donates, that everything that your hands touch will be made successful. We believe that you will receive a 100-fold return. And as we believe in circulation, that the blessing comes back to its original point of origin. We speak it into existence and we stand and agree with you. And so it is. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to be in the now. You got to be in the know. You got to be in the know. And there's no greater time than the present. And so those of you that stay with me, those of you that connect with me and stay connected to me, I'm going to make sure that I continue to elevate us, to bring us into a new level of awareness so we have an understanding of the times. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get into some unbelievable times. And so I'm forever grateful for my assignment, for my position. And I don't take it for granted. And so I want to thank all of you for tuning in. Thank you so much. Those of you that want to schedule a consultation, like I said, or get a copy of the book, everything is in the bottom of the description. Those consultations, we lay out your year. We look at so many different facets of different things. So we want to say thank you to everybody who's helping us to grow, expanding, sharing, subscribing. And I want to say thank you to everybody who's been here. We're here every week, same place, same time. I want to thank everybody for your support. I want you to know this one thing. Your destiny is not a matter of chance, but it is a matter of choice. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.